My name is Bob Baggitt. We own Perfect View Acres here in Bangor, Pennsylvania.
I'm Chris Baggitt from the Baggitt Racing Stable.
It's a 130-acre standardbred horse farm. We purchased it roughly 8 years ago, my wife, Christine, and I. We immediately put the farm in a program the state has called Farmland Preservation. And we raised our 2 children here, and now we have 4 grandchildren, and this is what we do for a living.
Jenny Melander, and my company is Melander Racing Incorporated. We're in Wing Gap, Pennsylvania, and we moved here about 8 years ago. And at the time, I was a second trainer for other horse trainers, and decided I had met my now husband, and we decided to settle down here. So we both moved down into this area in Wing Gap, and we started our operation here.
Tyler Bootenchain. I work here at Bootenchain Racing Stable in Wing Gap, Pennsylvania. Been in it my entire life. It's a family business, and it's a business that we love. We're 3rd generation, and we've been in it for years.
Jill Rowland, and I work together with my husband. It's called the Brian Rowland Training Stable. We're based out of Wing Gap, Pennsylvania.
I moved to Pennsylvania roughly 22 years ago. We came here for a better quality of life, and we were just lucky enough to have the racing program, the Standardbred Racing program, move full steam ahead, and it's been great ever since we moved here.
We got started in New Jersey when we first got married back in '85, and we've been doing it ever since. We started out working for my brother, and then we moved out here, and it just went from there. And we saved all our money to buy this beautiful piece of property to raise horses on and to train them, and that's how it all got started.
We decided to settle in Pennsylvania. I had been in New Jersey for many, many years. The cost of living and the cost of having horses in New Jersey was very expensive at the time, and the benefits of being in Pennsylvania with their stakes program and all of that was very beneficial to us. I also liked the area a lot. I thought it was a nice, a little more relaxed area and fitted us a lot better. They built this training center here, which is only 8 years old, or 7 or 8 years old. And we came just when they opened it, and it's really a nice place to be. It sounds like it's far, but it's pretty locally for us. Like within 2 hours, we have a lot of tracks that we can reach.
I grew up on a racehorse farm in Millersville, Pennsylvania from the time I was 5 years old. One of my first memories of just caring for a horse, I remember when I was about 5 years old, I used to sit and water the horse's legs, you know, after they would get done exercising and everything, and I would sit in the wash stalls when I was just a small child and help out with them.
We moved out here about 10 years ago from Illinois to follow harness racing. We moved our stable out here to have more opportunities to race.
We buy hay from a local guy, and then we also buy shavings from a local guy for the bedding in the stalls. We buy grain from a guy down in, I think he's based in Lancaster, Mark Hershey Farms. So all in all, in just the feed for the horses and not even including the bedding, we pay about $10,000 a month in just the cost of feeding them. The bedding itself goes, it's probably about $3,000 a month, and that's all locally.
The local mushroom farmer here picks up all the manure and takes it to the plant to be processed.
We get grain, shavings, hay cubes, hay, everywhere. Miller's Egg Ranch, Albright's Feed Company, everything's local here.
We buy a lot of feed, and we purchase that from Albright's Feed Mill out of Kempton. We have a local farmer that sells us hay from Bangor. We buy a lot of tack supplies.
We have 3 different tracks in Pennsylvania, standardbred tracks. We have the Meadows, which is out of Pittsburgh, Harris, Philadelphia, which is in Chester, PA, and Mohegan Sun at Pocono Downs, which is in Plains, Pennsylvania. The Thoroughbred Racing, they have 3 different tracks. They're at Harrisburg, Philadelphia, and out in Lake Erie.
We also travel to different New York tracks. with Yonkers Raceway being the closest. Then we have Monticello Raceway, Buffalo, Batavia, Tioga, Vernon. We travel pretty far, and if the need is there, depending on where the money is and depending on where the horses are staked to race. We also travel to Canada some bit, and the last few years we've been in Indiana racing. We go to Dover sometimes, and we go to New Jersey to the Meadowlands.
All over Pennsylvania, New York, New Jersey. We travel to Kentucky, Indiana, Canada, everywhere we can get to.
We hope that everybody can get back to watching us race or even coming out and watching these magnificent animals.